We got Chapo. The Bizarre Law Popper Games 2. Reacted to the first one like a year and a half ago. This is the second one right here.
Hi everybody, I'm here in my thinking room enjoying this lovely time of year, and as the snow falls and the year comes to a close, we can reflect on all the cool things that have happened, like that one thing that happened at that one time at that one place. The last time I talked about the Papa series, a lot of people were interested. So much in fact that as a little holiday treat, I wanted to go back and talk about the silly cooking games once again. Okay, so quick recap.
Dude's still finessing people to this day.
From the last video. In the world of the Flip First, Papa Louie is a renowned war hero and owner of over a dozen fast food franchises.
Hold up! They got more? I know they had this. I played 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 this. They got a bro. You just making. You're making grilled cheese. You can serve. You know, you can serve not just one thing at a restaurant. You can serve multiple things at a restaurant, bro. You're just finessing at this point. You got a pie shop. You can serve pie at the pancakeria. The people eat pie for breakfast. Some people. You got a sushi one. No one likes sushi. And Scoopy, you got an ice cream one right here. The freezer, Papa freezers. Dude's finessing you, bro.
Size and distance between
play this game, it's finessing.
Same customers go between them every day. Louis shifted from abandoning people to run his silly restaurants, all while being paid in fairly low wages, to assisting those in need and punishing the sinful for their misdeeds. There's a lot more in between, which is why
you gotta pay to reinvent the restaurant too. Out of your own pocket.
And watching the original video after this, so you get a little more context, or not. You don't have to. I'm not.
Feel for it as a kid.
Even after all this rambling, I missed a good amount of information. There's way more going on under the hood, under the other hood, when it comes to this iconic children's cooking game series. First, I gotta correct some things. The Flipverse is implied to be most, if not all, of the planet this series takes place on. It's confirmed to be a globe in Ivy's flip deck card. The Flipverse being confirmed to be a planet itself could imply more issues with size. Namely that the landmass has 3 unique time zones. But I'm also stupid because the planet is just a very small Earth. Because you can see Calypso Island on the map. This is Calypso Island. It's not that big. So we can assume that the entire planet isn't that big. Also, it's not even called the Flipverse. That's the name of every game made by Flipline Studios. But this creates a new issue because when you look up the Flipverse, it shows the planet of the Papa's games, but that doesn't make sense and it's confusing to give 2 separate locations the same name. So from now on, I'm gonna call this planet the Flipverse and the universe as a whole the Super Duper Flipverse. So in the first part, my biggest priority was talking about how much of a doofus Louis is. I previously mentioned that you only get paid in tips. That is not true from Taco Mia onwards. Instead, you get a weekly paycheck of $100 a week with $5 being added every week. But this isn't just jolly swell terrific information intake. You still have to purchase restaurant decorations, so you are gaining more money.
That's what I said!
You also have to lose more. And even with this weekly pay, assuming that you work 12-hour workdays, as could be implied, along with the currency being American dollars.
Yeah, $2 bill. I got a $2 bill.
Workdays, as could be implied.
I had it for how many? I had it for like 10 years now.
Along with the currency being American dollars, you are only making $1.19 per hour. Now, you may be wondering, is this decision illegal? Yes. The minimum wage for America is around $7.50, so that means that Louis is violating the principles of the American economy, assuming money isn't worth more in this universe. Overall, that's still uncool, Louis, you doofus. Now that I repented for my previous sins, let's go back and add more to the lore of the silly Flash game series about cooking fast food and discuss the repercussions of traveling between multiple alternate dimensions both willingly and unwillingly. That last sentence was not a joke. Buckle up, kiddos, this is about to get way worse. So, Papa Louie when burgers attack and Papa Louie when Sundays attack both.
Bro, the freezers turn to monsters and the burgers turn to monsters. Louie, what is you doing, bro? What are you putting in your recipes or whatnot? What are you telling your employees to do? Paying them $1 an hour, bro. $1.19 an hour. Now the food is turning to monsters on some regular show type-ish, bro.
Share a bonus stage called the X Zone, probably at least a decade before any of the Papa's games happened, so in like the 90s, and Louis was probably getting military training or something. This place existed in the middle of the super duper Flipverse called the Kingdom of X. It thrived and prospered while also guarding all of the warp coins capable of traveling across this multiverse all-dimension thing until a big ol' silly asteroid with pink trails hit and I would assume kill a majority of the population, thus turning the Kingdom of X into what we now now know as the X Zone. From this tragedy, what was once considered the core of the super duper Flipverse would then be destroyed. Again, the population would probably die. However, there's a population of a small second alien species called the Zeppers with an X, and they managed to escape with a hot air balloon and escort the next Guardians of the Warp Coins, who are also implied to maybe be the Kingdom royalty and also their babies at this time, and they escape. Hooray! Because the kingdom was destroyed and stuff, and all the Warp Coins just kind of shot off everywhere once the place exploded, they all just went everywhere in the multiverse. And also, I forgot to mention that Santa exists in this universe and is also...
Papa is a Santa now? Oh no. Oh no. He's gonna give everyone the same gift.
So technically
every year.
One of the most powerful and advanced characters in the series. Anyway, after escaping from the dangerous danger, the surviving Zeppers decide to transport the infant twins, Xandra and Zolo, both starting with the letter X, which, by the way, are literally the worst names in the series.
I remember her. She always used to order a milkshake, like strawberry milkshake, nothing else. Come in there every day with your fat ass. And you too. You used to order a chocolate.
Believe me, there was competition. They all land in the Flipverse, crash land in Burgerburg.
I think she was a closer. I think.
Believe me, there was competition. They all land.
Hold up.
By the way,
I think she was a closer. Xandra was a closer. She was hard to please or whatnot.
Series. Believe me, there was competition.
Can't be a closer looking like that.
The Flipverse crash land in Burgerburg. That's where Burgeria takes place, everybody. And this old lady named Edna finds the balloons in her backyard along with the twins. Now,
she's too old to be drinking smoothies, eating food.
Years after this event, the twins get these X-Wand things, which I'm sure do something, and I think they also did not do too well in the actual Flipverse. For one, they're ginger. Secondly, they dress like that. I mean, look at those pants. And thirdly, Xandra joins a gang. Kinda. Most of the games have a type of customer called the closers. These people are picky with what they want, and they also have some crazy backstories. I want to talk about these two specifically. Alan and
Nah, she just get on my nerve. You know which one get on my nerve the most?
I want to
her, the one with the clock on her chest right here. Like, what is you doing? Like, why are you so cocky?
Talk about.
He's like you about to suspend someone. Then there's the JoJo dude that walks around with the blue ribbon. Him.
These two
I'm gonna give you a restaurant a blue ribbon if you please me. Man, I don't gotta please you. I don't gotta please nobody. I'm just doing my job. Getting paid $1.19 an hour, bro. Come on.
Specifically, Alan and Robbie.
You gonna give me a raise?
Pizzeria, these two were literally just regular dudes, but between Pizzeria and Burgeria, they have genuinely awful times. Alan's family moves to Onion Town during the 3-year gap. As we know from Cupcake, this town is prone to criminal activity. Alan has a miserable time and then moves back, and now he looks like this. As of now, he works in Papa's Mocharia. Robbie, on the other hand,
this man got a Mocharia, bro. This man, she's finessing everyone. Why can't you pat a mocha inside the freezers?
Apartment complex directly above Papa's Pizzeria, and while looking for a job, he found an opportunity on a shrimp boat. The shrimp boat then crashed, leaving him stranded on an island for 3 years, changing him forever and giving him horrible PTSD. Now, these two are very interesting because there are the very few examples of characters both aging and dying via the shrimp boat tragedy. The only other time I think something like this happens is in Olga's flip deck card, as in the back it's implied that she ages, and that's just an old photo of her. Speaking of which, her husband that she marries at the end of Papa's Pastaria is also kind of important. Not only is he a master of the bongos, not only did his first wife die, meaning that he remarried in Pastaria, but he's also part of the Romano family quartet, a family band beloved by all of the Flipverse. One of the other members is Carlo Romano. He had his stuff and money stolen in the crime-ridden Onion Town by Guy Mortadello, and he's also pretty interesting.
Ooh, who's this?
In a lot of the more recent games, Mortadello is an uncool dude with a bad attitude. Basically, he's responsible for the invention of fast food in the Flipverse. Before Papa Louie rose to fame, he was really the only one in the fast food market and sold Mortadello's meat pies. He intentionally
she's mad at Papa. I don't blame you. I'm mad at Papa too, buddy. We could be on the same team. We go get Papa. We could team up and beat Papa. Beat his old ass. Force him in retirement. What you say about that?
Just because he had no opposition in the market and he could just maximize his profit. So as Louis opens more places and Mortadello loses all but one of his meat pie restaurants in Toastwood, he tries to steal the equipment from Scarlet and the Shakers in an attempt to make Papa's Cheeseria fail. Because if Papa's grilled cheese place succeeds, Mortadello loses everything he has of value. Wow, what a bad and uncool individual. If only there was someone to stop him. If only there is at least one superhero in the Flipverse, this Batman equivalent.
I remember for the waffle one. She ordered the same waffle with the blueberries every day. A fat
The
ass.
Ninja sure stopped.
She's too fat to be a ninja. I don't know how she's a
Starting
ninja.
from Freezeria, and at least 3 more years, she acted like a defender of the planet and stopped the evil Dynamo, a villain who is also a customer, who is also by all means a domestic terrorist due to possessing and attempting to utilize explosives on multiple occasions. Very cool. To this day, we actually don't know who Ninja is, nor anything relating to her identity. However, years later, the impossible would happen. In November 13th, 2014, something unbelievable happens in Papa's Pizzeria. Roy, the iconic nephew of Louie, who has been working in the restaurant alone for over 7 years, finally gets a new employee. Joy also starts to work at the pizzeria. Now, how much does all of this matter? Honestly,
so Ninja starts working at the pizza place?
Proves that this is more of a society capable of doing things outside of buying food at Papa's restaurants or just watching baseball games. Again, we already know that there's places outside of the Flipverse that exist. The main alternate dimension or planet or whatever in the series, the iconic Hell dimension of Munchmore, is filled with plenty of silly characters and locations that sure do exist, such as the evil forces that are led by the iconic and evil Batman Radley Madish.
Where's the talking plum?
BBQ Bog, Radley discovered a way to travel between dimensions when he gained access to a warp coin that landed at his house after the Kingdom of X was destroyed. And he celebrated getting this alien artifact by trying to take over everything that the warp coin could access, I guess, starting with the Flippers, which is why all the Papa Louie games exist and why Louie's able to rise to power in the first place. My headcanon is that he wants to liberate all the foods being eaten in alternate dimensions, since it's never really established what his motive is unless it's deliberately mentioned in the future. Because he's a super genius, he's also able to create living food, high-tech food weapons, and has a few goons of his own.
So he's the one that turned the food into monsters, okay.
Antagonist of Papa Louie when pizzas attack, Sarge, is one of these two. In Papa Louie when pizzas attack, he lost. In Papa Louie when burgers attack, he lost again.
You lost to her?
And in Papa Louie when Sundays attack, he got fired. He was immediately replaced by Luau LaPunch. He doesn't do anything and might be food racist. No, that's not a joke. It's confirmed he hates the people of Neapolitown. And in response, the people of Neapolitown hate him as well. Neapolitown is currently the only town of not real food that we know.
Hates other food?
Are ice cream
yeah, both food. Why do y'all hate each other?
But ice cream. Like they have a school system and high school football. There's a whole unique economic system. As a matter of fact, there's just a whole food ecosystem in Munchmore. Like imagine Cloudy with a chance of meatballs too, but like only sort of, kind of maybe, like a little bit, not particularly too much. In fact, one of the species called the Brussels lark actually makes its way into the Flipverse for some reason that isn't really explained. I would assume they just went through the portals at some point, but yeah, it's cool. But besides that, there's also the Crumple sisters. These two are characters who were prominent in Cluckeria, were arrested, and escaped using a warp coin. There's also some concept art of some demon creatures who look extremely, honestly, give or take, they could be completely different characters, I don't know. Implying that maybe that these two could be possibly working for Radley, and their entire purpose in Cluckeria was to prove that Papa Louie could fail, leading to a potential apocalypse on this planet, as we know that the funny chef guy, who basically rules the world and is literally the backbone of this planet, could fail, meaning that it would be the perfect opportunity for Radley to come and take it over. But
no, not my guy Alberto!
This planet could fail, meaning that
Bert should have got out there when you had the chance, bro!
The perfect
No! Let him go!
For Radley to come and take it over. But wait! There's more. People in the Flipverse have been researching traveling across the planets. This guy named Professor Fitz from Starlight City, which is where Wingeria takes place, works at the Gigaloaf Labs, where he discovered to travel between dimensions for the people of the Flipverse. They decide to hire this random girl named Ripley.
Never see you in a day in my life.
Munchmore, and she eventually befriends a little sentient carrot named Sprout. This does not matter. So after Radley captures and tries to take over the Flipverse a few times, a few customers sure do react. Some of the Flip variants decide that these sentient evil foods who
Chocolate Man! We call him Chocolate Man, cause all he want is chocolate, nothing else.
Customers sure do react. Some of the Flip variants decide that these sentient evil foods who attempted a planet-wide genocide, hey, they're right. Some Flip variants thought that the evil foods were so uncool that they dress up like them and decide they want to be regarded as...
Dumb, I can't even see. How's he ordering? He can't even see. How's he gonna get his food? He can't even eat it. He can't see it.
This one changed its legal name to
You too. I remember you too, Plum Girl.
Sarge D-Fan, and this one changed its legal name to Lapete, and this one was already named Rattlin'. That one's just a coincidence. But I have to stop for a moment to apologize. After all this newfound information, after all of this happens in this wacky world, I have been saving the most important piece of lore for last. As said before, when Burger's attack and when Sunday's attack have secret stages in the X Zone, meaning that major events such as all the Papa Louie games and everything revolving around a few hundred customers happen because of this location in 2 games that are currently unplayable unless you have a Flash player. But in this place, there are doors. But these doors are no ordinary doors. Behind them are places that you can travel through with the warp coins or just walking through them, like doors. These doors lead to every single game made by Flipline Studios that isn't in the Papa's series. So now, I need to talk about every single game that takes place in every single alternate dimension in every single super duper Flipverse game just to fully describe this lore. Starting off, October 17th, 2006, Meteor Blast and Guppy Guard happen, and they are literally just arcade games, nothing much else. You blast the meteors and you guard the guppy. Early 2008, the wiki didn't give much of a date. Rock Garden is a puzzle game about rocks that went free on June 29th of 2010. That's cool. October 13th, 2008, Remnants of Skystone exists. This game is a multiplayer thing where 3 factions join forces to take down evil mimics and reclaim the land instead of living in the sky. It's also important to note that apparently they worship some sort of asteroid, and it's very possibly the same asteroid that destroyed the Kingdom of X. But it doesn't really matter because in May 30th of 2014, this game shut down and we'll never know. July
Popeye's new chicken wings make no sense.
Smells like Popeyes? I know you eat Popeyes.
Spices hand battered and flipped and then
12th, 2010, The Expendables Expend. This is a fan game that is based on the movie of the same name, which means that Papa's Pizzeria is technically connected
to the Expendables? Think so?
The Expendables movie franchise, which means that the Expendables are canon in the Papa's universe. August 7th, 2010, Steak and Jake have to deliver the freshest milk of this side of Mooter Ranch. That's about it. 2 months later, October 7th, 2010, Steak and Jake deliver milk again, but this time on Halloween. March 10th, 2011, Cactus McCoy. Aw, yeah. Hex Hatfield tells a nice man by the name of McCoy to bring him the Thorned Emerald and is paid up front. When McCoy touches the emerald, he turns into a living cactus, and a previous cactus ghost man yells at him to return the emerald to end the curse. And if he doesn't do that, he too will not be alive, just like the ghost cactus. After this, Hex Hatfield thinks that McCoy stole the money and the emerald, so he decides to take him down. And then the rest of the game happens, and then you beat him and almost die, but you don't die, and then you save the day. Woohoo! Hooray! Very cool. October 6, 2011, Cactus McCoy 2. Aw, yeah. While treasure hunting, a mysterious woman stops and tries to take the treasure, only for McCoy to bail and almost die, but he doesn't, thanks to the mysterious woman, who is actually a magical bird lady of the Volado race named Ella Windstorm, and she's also the last of her people. They agree to a 50-50 split of all the treasures
you can touch a cactus without burning?
Until Melina Meyer appears and captures Ella. The ghost cactus says, hey, maybe
I'm so confused right now.
Nice,
what is going on?
It'd be kind of mean if we let her not live. At least that's what I remember. And then all of Cactus McCoy 2 happens, Milana Meyer is defeated, explodes, and her goons help everyone escape in the end. September 27th, 2012, Jack Smith. Not only does that title sound like what I would imagine the guys
like Donkey from
stock
Stray.
photos are named, but it's basically a pop
kind of cooler though.
Not. The iconic King Plumpfeather and Queen Hildred tragically have their daughter,
Bowser?
Liliana, captured by the evil wizard Dudley. So in a desperate need for money, Jack Smith the Jacksmith smiths as a blacksmith to smith weapons for local clans in hopes to rescue the beloved Princess Liliana. And then you do that. Okay, so now that we talked about all of that, why do all these alternate games need to be discussed? Good question. They didn't. They don't really get brought up and brought back into the Papa's series. They kind of just cameo, like Cactus McCoy, for example, has a comic series, and all the characters meet up for one Thanksgiving. But That's it. But even way more important than that is that the X Zone is actually where we find out how Papa Louie became successful. Basically, while at this location at some point, Louie discovers Drizzle X.
Uh-oh.
And that is basically the Krabby Patty secret formula in this game series. Louie tries it and finds
I never came across this before. What game is this on? The taco one?
So exquisite and flavorful that starting on New Year's Eve of Cupcake.
Oh, he probably put in a cupcake. Look at this fat dude. Look at this fat. He already got stuff on his face, bro. He just walked in there probably like 10 seconds ago.
Korea. So like December 31st, 2013, he shares this drizzle to the public and it does good.
Old man, cupcake's not good for you, bro. It's going to increase your blood pressure. It's not good for you.
Really good. So much, in fact, that his empire booms even further.
If you think about this, man, look, he's trying to kill you. He was trying to kill you for your money, bro. We gotta think. Use your brain.
Really good. So much, in fact,
you can live for a long time. I know you got a brain.
Empire booms even further. So from this point, and likely prior moments, Louis very possibly began to put this in all of his food, which would provide a reasoning to why all of his...
It wasn't in freezers. It wasn't in Papa Freezers or the taco one, or the burger one, or the pizza one, or the pancake one, or the wing one.
His food is...
It was in all the other ones I ain't played up. This man got a cheeseria, bro. He's just trying to figure out anything at this point.
It could also explain why he leaves at the start of every game. He isn't just
get out of my face, fat man.
He's traveling across the multiverse and alternate dimensions in order to find better ingredients and meet new
Just because you wear a suit don't mean you deserve food, buddy.
What? You mean to tell me, in this series about cooking silly foods like chicken wings and grilled cheese sandwiches, that the
get rid of grilled cheese, you can serve that with the pizza.
Silly foods like chicken wings and grilled
Why did he even come up with this? It's just a waste of time. You're money hungry ass.
Sandwiches, that the most important character in the series is a chef, a beloved hero, possibly a criminal, a registered priest,
a criminal,
one of the wealthiest people in his world, and a dimension hopper, and he chooses to make goddamn fast food restaurants.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. Louis travels across the multiverse hiding what he learns from any group for his own benefit, but it gets worse. If you remember, Papa Louis has all of his friends across the multiverse to visit for the 2013 Thanksgiving, and some of these guests are Matt and Tony, the self-inserts of the creators of these games, meaning one of three things. One, they and their families are just nice people in the same dimension multiverse thingy, and they just have Thanksgiving with Louis. Honestly, two, this is promotional art.
They created Louis. Louis told him, nah, you work for me, but I created you. I don't care. It's my universe, not yours.
Two, this is promotional art, and I'm looking too far into it, which is least likely because that would make me look very stupid. And three, this is what I deem canon. It doesn't matter. They could be from any part of the multiverse or any dimension. It doesn't matter. These can be any Matt and Tony, which means that they could be from a planet very similar to our own, meaning that they could just be the Matt and Tony from our planet, meaning that by proxy, I am canon and officially part of Papa's wacky little timeline shenanigans, and I'm part of the lore. You see this? This is a picture of me and Louis having a jolly time.
Chapo?
This could very possibly be canon based on everything I've said in the past.
Papa, you're making churros now, Papa?
20-ish minutes. And
how much food do you need?
A new game could be on the
Papa,
horizon.
you're smart. You could just make one restaurant and serve all these foods, bro. To save you some time.
Yet nothing's been quite confirmed unless there's like an announcement right now, which would make me sound really stupid. A big thanks to CS25 for helping me find extra silly information about some of the content. As of now, I think I'm done talking about the Papa's games and the strangely hefty amount of storyline behind them. If you want to play the games in their best versions, I would recommend checking out app stores to play them. Who knows?
Don't get
maybe
finessed.
They could also be put on Steam.
Don't get finessed.
I would buy some of them.
Don't get finessed. You won't be making $1.19 an hour. By him, don't. Hey, he's gonna see you. He like, oh, thanks for coming here. You're never gonna see him again after day one. Don't go get finesse. Do not get finesse.
Or the Papa Louie games that have yet to be ported anywhere. You might need a
That man tried to ruin my childhood, but I persevered. I came up through that.
Again, consider supporting.
Don't let it ruin yours.
Official editions if possible. So really, that's all. Join me next time where maybe I talk about penguins or something.
Club Penguin?
Wink. Or if not, consider looking at some of my non-Papa works if you want to hear my exotic rambles related to other things. As of now, it's time for me to go. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and Happy Birthday if it's your birthday. And I'm sorry if you celebrate anything else. My script ran out of pages, and I'm kind of ad-libbing at this point. I don't know what else to say. So I'm just gonna end it here right now. 3, 2, one. All right, I am done. Oh, wait, Flipline Studios, if you're still watching, I would just like to thank you for the great adventures in my elementary school and my middle school computer lab days, but
No, it's not Flipline's fault, it's Papa's fault.
just maybe, could you put me in the next game, please?
Shout out to Chapo. Hopefully I'm saying your name right. Don't get finessed by this man right here, Papa. He's crazy. He'll leave you on the first day and only pay you $1 per hour. Don't let him ruin your childhood.